Good Sunday morning, everyone. This is Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for this Sunday, February the 27th. Hope that you're all doing well. And on this Sunday of the last Sunday of February, most of us are reflecting on what is going on in Ukraine. And I think it would be really a wonderful thing to continue to do, to pray for all of those involved, all of the innocent victims. You probably know it's coming out of my mouth, so I'm going to say it. It's the animals that are truly the most innocent. They are being obviously killed and without homes. So much is going on that we could offer our strength and prayers for these beautiful souls, and as well as all those involved in the conflict. And everyone is in this conflict is not happy. We will talk more about that as I go through my reflection this morning. But please offer your good prayers, thoughts, and strength and love for these innocent beings in Ukraine. With that, I'm going to ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which is from St. Luke chapter 6, verses 39 to 45. Jesus told his disciples a parable. Can a blind person guide a blind person? Will not both fall into a pit? No disciple is superior to the teacher, but when fully trained, every disciple will be like his teacher. Why do you notice the splinter in your brother's eye, but do not perceive the wooden beam in your own? How can you say to your brother, "Brother, let me remove that splinter in your eye," when you do not even notice the wooden beam in your own eye? You hypocrite! Remove the wooden beam from your eye first. Then you will see clearly to remove the splinter in your brother's eye. A good tree does not bear rotten fruit, nor does a rotten tree bear good fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. For people do not pick figs from thorn bushes, nor do they gather grapes from brambles. A good person out of the store of goodness in his heart produces good, but an evil person out of a store of evil produces evil. For the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaks. Did you ever wonder why Jesus chose the eye for this splinter and beam similarity? We sin with many other things. That wooden beam or splinter caught somewhere in our mouth where we say things inappropriately would be just as painful, maybe if not more. There's other places too where those wooden beams and splinters would hurt, that we use to cause sinfulness or make mistakes in our life. But Jesus chose the eye, and I think he chose it for a reason. Because in order for us to have this perspective, to not judge others, and to open our own vision of things, we need to think about the sinfulness and the shortcomings of what we do not see sometimes. I remember when I was in training in martial arts, and I would always have students at the end of class sit in Seiza, it's known, meditation pose, just stilly and just without moving their head, stretch their eyes to look forward, upward, downward, and to both sides. Because we get lazy with our vision. We do not look in our peripheral vision as much as we should. We turn our head because it's much easier. It's also much easier to see things that we want to see and don't see the things we don't want to see. Let's take for instance, in this Ukraine-Russia crisis. There are many soldiers out there for the Russian army. Yes, you heard me right. The Russian army, who we should actually feel for. We should see their affliction in all of this. They're doing this not because they want to. They're doing this because they are being forced to, or they have to, or feel they have to. Sometimes we will come down on people without really looking at the wider picture in what is really going on, in the bigger picture, so to speak. And that's when this beam really does take its place in our eye. Removing that beam and increasing our peripheral vision of what goes on in each situation, that gives us the ability to look past others' sinfulness, look more at ourselves, and most importantly, become a little more compassionate in a wider range. Who better to do this than our animal friends? They are truly always so pure in their thinking. They look at every situation for the good in it and the positive that could be done from each situation that they're in, regardless of how difficult it might be. So my friends, yes, let's remove that wooden splinter, that wooden beam from our eye. Let's look a bigger peripheral vision of things, and let's see all that are in need in our world and reach out to them with our hearts. My friends, I always say thank you for following me, and I thank you especially on this day, for this is really a serious issue going on in our world, and we all do need to reflect and do what we can to put ourselves in a better state of peace. Make those connections we need to make to be in better states of peace and feeling good about ourselves during a difficult time like this. I thank you for following me at joedwyerjr.com. I wish you all a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care, everyone.